rises. Document Tingz, bringing truth to the light. Paper trail strong, yeah, we reading it right. From the docket to the drop, every case, every scene. I'm your courtroom reporter with the facts in between, yeah. Document Tingz, bringing truth to the light. Paper trail strong, yeah, we reading it right. From the docket to the drop, every case, every scene. I'm your courtroom reporter with the facts in between, yeah.
Well, hello. Welcome back. It has been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks, y'all. Welcome back. Y'all have a seat. We're going to get into some court updates. Now, before we get started, I do apologize. It's been a while. Now, y'all know how it is during the holidays. It does take a lot of your time up. Just want to say that, but I do apologize, but I'm back. All right. Now, we're here to get into Kandi and Todd's petition for divorce. But before we do that, I want to make sure y'all see my copyright disclaimer at the very bottom, scrolling on your screen there. Copyright under section 107, just simply saying that, hey, I am not a paralegal, I am not an attorney, and I am also not a judge. I am simply saying that, hey, I have common sense and I know how to read. Also, top left-hand corner of your screen, that is my QR code that will take you directly to my X page where you will see it there first. And also you can get the discussion popping on current and also closed cases. So there you go. Now, without further ado, it did take me a while to find this lawsuit due to how they named themselves. As y'all can see, K. Lennis Tucker and then T. Jermaine Tucker. I was typing in kandiBurruss and Kandi Tucker, and that's how I couldn't find it. But then it took me a while, but I finally got it. But here it is right here. So as y'all can see here, this is amended petition for divorce. Now, there was an original one. Todd did answer to the original petition. And then Kandi, as y'all can see here on December the 1st of this year, 2025, she filed an amended petition. So that's what we're going to read here. And then after we get finished reading this, then we're going to get into what Todd had to say to the original petition. Okay. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So y'all already know who these people are, and let's get into it. Okay, so the petitioner filed her petition for divorce before Fulton County Superior Court on November the 21st of 2025. Petitioner served counsel for the respondent on this same date. Respondent is a resident of Fulton County, Georgia, and is subject to the venue and jurisdiction of this court. Personal service may be effectuated upon the respondent at his current residence in Fulton County, Georgia. Petitioner reserves the right to amend her petition and other relevant pleadings with the physical address of the parties for safety concerns. Petitioner and respondent were married in April of 2014. Prior to the date of marriage and conduction of the marriage ceremony, the parties drafted, negotiated, and executed an enforceable prenuptial agreement under the applicable statutes of the state of Georgia. Attorney Randall Kessler represented the respondent, and he provided legal counsel and direction to the respondent during these considerations on and off camera. Further, the parties' journey to executing an enforceable prenuptial agreement was filmed and broadcasted on Bravo Television Network with the knowledge and consent of both the petitioner and respondent for their 5-part reality television wedding documentary entitled Kandi's Wedding that premiered on June the 1st of 2014. The respondent audibly announced during this documentary that he was indeed, quote unquote, good to sign the prenuptial agreement during a private encounter with the petitioner and after consulting with his attorney, Randall Kessler, on and off camera. There are 2 minor children born in issue of marriage between the parties. A. Tucker, a male child born January 2016, and B. Tucker, a female child born November 2019, respectfully. The minor children have resided with the parties since their birth to date. Both the petitioner and respondent are public figures and self-employed entrepreneurs who work in the metropolitan area and throughout the United States. During the periods of time that the respective parties' work schedules required them to travel, the petitioner has hired and paid the expenses for a full-time nanny. The nanny has provided care and assisted the parties with the minor children throughout the marriage and since the respective births of each of the minor children to date without any objection from the respondent. Both the petitioner and respondent have held professional obligations that have required each party to travel away from home for extended periods of times, independently and jointly, prior to and after the births of both of the minor children. In addition to the nanny service, the petitioner has a diverse and concentrated family support network, which includes maternal grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins within a 5 to 20-mile radius of the family's residence. The petitioner support network is readily available and is traditionally supported the minor children emotionally and physically throughout the marriage in accordance with the petitioner. Therefore, the petitioner amends her petition and asserts in accordance with, and as y'all can see that little case law that they're quoting there, that it is in the best interest of the minor children for her to be awarded primary physical custody of the minor children, with the respondent being awarded parenting time with the children on a consistent basis and in accordance with a parenting plan. The petitioner reaffirms that it is in the best interest of the minor children for the parties to be awarded joint legal custody of the minor children and further asserts that it is in the best interest of the children for her to be awarded final decision-making authority with matters related to academics, education, and healthcare. Wherefore, petitioner prays, and as y'all can see, A through F, we're going to get through that. So A, that she is awarded a total divorce from respondent. B, that the petitioner is awarded joint legal custody of the parties' minor children with the final decision-making authority with matters addressing academics, education, and healthcare on a temporary or permanent basis. C, that the petitioner is awarded primary custody of the minor children on a temporary and permanent basis. D, that the parties' child support obligations be determined by the child support guidelines of the state of Georgia. E, the prenuptial agreement is enforced on behalf of the petitioner and the respondent. In F, that the petitioner is granted any such other and further relief as the court deems equitable or appropriate. And that is the end of this particular court document. So, what do you guys think about that? What do y'all think about that? All right, so now we're going to get into what Todd had to say. Okay, so this is what Todd originally had to say, and this was to her original petition. Now, I just read the amended petition, and this is what he responded to. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me cough. Ooh, I had to let that out. Okay, so this is his answer and counterclaim for divorce and other relief. Okay. So we're going to start with overview. Responded T. Jermaine Tucker, a petitioner, K. Lennis Tucker, wife, were married on April the 4th of 2014. On that same day, a purported prenuptial agreement prepared by wife's attorney was presented to husband without husband having counsel, even though wife's then counsel had communicated previously with the undersigned regarding a potential prenuptial agreement. The minor children are currently in husband's care. Oh, this is tea. Y'all forgot some tea. We got some tea. There's some tea. And residing with him in Georgia, while wife's out-of-state work obligations have required and will continue to require her to be away from the children for at least the next several months. The parties have been working cooperatively in an effort to resolve all issues, and husband remains committed to continuing those discussions in good faith. However, in the hopefully unlikely event the parties are unable to reach a full agreement, husband shows that he will seek an award of primary physical custody, joint legal custody, and financial decision making authority, with wife having substantial time and meaningful access to the children. Husband wishes to make clear that he recognizes wife as a loving and capable parent and remains sincerely hopeful that prior and continued discussions between the parties will bring full resolution of all matters. Now, as you can see here, he's talking about the first defense, then response to petition of the divorce, and counterclaim. And then he gets into, and that's it. And then that's the sign. So I'm not going to read all of this. As y'all already know, I will have the link to the actual court document in the description box below, or better yet, scratch that top left hand corner of your screen QR code that would take you to my X page. So I'm just going to read the first part and then I'll allow y'all to read the rest. Okay, so the first defense, he says, husband affirmatively shows that petitioner's petition for divorce is procedurally deficient under, and in that case law there. And then specifically, petitioner failed to 1, verify the petition as required by subsection 2, state the residence or last known address of respondent as required by subsection. And then B1 and then 3, provide the name and age of each minor child as required by subsection. And then 4, husband reserve all rights to challenge the sufficiency of the petition based upon these statutory deficiencies. Oh, I'm just going to read this little one part here. So, response to petition for divorce. Let's just read 1 through, there's a lot of them. We're just going to read a little bit. So, 1, husband admits the allegations contained in paragraph 1 of the petition. Husband admits the allegations contained in paragraph 2 of the petition. By the way of further answer, husband likely was or has or will execute an acknowledgement of service. And then it just goes on and goes on. But again, if you want to get this court document, top left-hand corner of your screen, that is my QR code that will take you directly to my X page, and you can divulge in that on top of other court documents. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Now, if you like what you see here, like, share, subscribe. Hey, I just want to say I thank y'all, because while I was out, I reached over 900 subscribers. And I just want to say thank y'all so much. I'm at 948. And I thank y'all so much for subscribing. And again, if you're new here, like, share, subscribe. If you're old here, like, share. And let's get the discussion popping, shall we? Now, as I always say, when you lead with integrity, you never have to worry about somebody questioning your loyalty or your intentions. And with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good one.